you have TP threat to join and keep that one safe. That was, I think, the big disparity. No one can help that Lulu anymore. And I think that was actually the big mismatch that would have made that a closer battle. Either way, it's all theoretics. We're into this game. It's game 2 here. The teams have swapped sides. Renegades on blue, Team Coast on red. And you see that Coast very much respecting the Elise now. They're banning that one away. And actually a lot of junglers gone as Renegades also ban the Rek'Sai away from Shrimp.
They get to get rid of Evelyn here as well.
And here's the thing, the Shrimp is happy to play Evelyn and Nunu both. They both fit his style pretty damn well.
If you take Evelyn away, and then they first pick Nunu for Crumbs.
Right. Last ban is Evelyn.
What are you going to play?
This is interesting, too, because I think like Crumbs has plenty more he can play, and they leave the Thresh up. That is big. Remilia gets her Thresh. She is great at that champion, and this, you know, on its own can actually lead to a lot of great things for Renegades. Now the question is,
Previously banned.
Yep, exactly.
There's still Gragas on the table. There's still
Crumbs
Nunu on the table for Shrimp.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll go for the Nocturne. I would be really excited if he did, though.
I think Shyvana would be a champion I would go for. Interesting, he actually might. Well, we'll talk about the picks later when they actually lock them in, though. Renegades will see what kind of composition they want to go for.
I like this, though.
Remilia unlocked to make plays.
You take the Gragas, you force Crumbs back onto Nunu. He doesn't have as much pressure to snowball Alexic, and that was a big thing that even the analyst desk was talking about. Like to have seen an Elise in the first round pick so that they could have somebody who could apply pressure mid lane, as opposed to a Nunu who snowballs and slaps you a little bit. All
right, well, Gragas does come through for Shrimp here. Have not seen him play it yet, I believe. Would be his first one in the Challenger Series this split. Braum, once again, though, for Conquan's got to feel good about that one. Happy to get the same support he got last time. And it was considered first pick worthy the time before, so almost surprised to see Renegade's first pick Thresh when they know he's probably just going to go for Braum.
Yeah, the Braum pick, though, absorbs so much damage, and I feel like Braum is becoming a top-tier S support next to Alistar, next to Janna, up in that
echelon,
list.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's where he's headed because of the fact that he just soaks damage, he forces people to actually hit him.
Right.
That's a big part of his kit, is when he's got the shield up, you can't even hit the people behind him, and he has good skirmish power.
Here we go. This I like.
Lot.
This I like. The Renegades get some very powerful picks now. Kalista Thresh, one of the scariest duo lanes. Azir in the mid lane is going to be solid for Alexic, so a lot of the things that Coast had used to win have been picked or banned away. And Renegades have set up a very strong generalist composition so far.
Yeah, I like that he's got the Azir for himself. Makes it so Pekin Wolf will have to play something else. It's definitely Pekin Wolf's best champion, and he was able to play it last game, no problem.
This actually lets Coast counterpick every single lane, though. They see the duo lane, can pick any AD carry. They see the mid lane, can pick any mid laner into that. And then Renegades have to pick their top laner blind as well. Coast can win every single lane via champ select. If they decide to do that, of course, that might be at price of their overall composition cohesion, but interesting to see that some of the highest priority roles actually already shown by Renegades.
You can see Pekin Wolf on your screen there. AP Kog'Maw mid, have another poke champion, not have to butt heads against Alexic and just scale. I feel like that's definitely the way to go here.
And the thing is, it still allows this Kog'Maw to be a flex pick. Mash can absolutely play this champion. I agree, it's likely to be a good mid laner for Pekin Wolf. Also, Chris happy to blind pick the Gnar. Renegades don't seem to prioritize the champion high enough to steal it away. But Chris crushed the last matchup on this one. We'll see if RF has a better one this time around in that top lane fight.
So the Kennen was banned last time. It's left open now for RF. See what he takes into the top lane. He gets to play it up against the Gnar. Is it going to be the Kennen? He does go with the Kennen here, and it's Lee Sin for Crumbs. I like this pick because it gives him pressure onto the Kog'Maw. If he can make it to Kog'Maw, get a kick back, that's great. Because if you'd gone for maybe the Nunu again, you don't have a way. You're never going to reach that AP Kog'Maw mid if it is an AP Kog'Maw.
Well, it's going to be up for Team Coast to decide. What's this comp going to be about? How are they going to flex these champions around? We know there's a gigantic tank wall with Braum and Gragas and Gnar. The question is, what's behind that? What's the Kog'Maw doing? What's the other player on that team doing? Renegades, decent team fight. Skill shot reliant engage, which can make it difficult. But overall, decent team fighting. Kalista, Kennen, and Azir all should do quite well for themselves. Kennen should be okay in the Gnar matchup. And Coast to make their last choice, hovering Tristana. And it's going to be the champion. Okay, here we go. The composition is in. Trist, Cog, and of course Gnar, because Chris does so well, are the damage dealers here for Coast. 3 threats on both sides. Playmaking junglers available. Crumbs puts Smite on D, Shrimp puts Smite on F. Breaks my heart a little bit here.
Looking at the Tristana for Mash, though, They're going to be able to take a turret very, very quickly. And if Renegades go with another strategy like they did before, they're definitely going to get punished for it. But I was also looking at Mash's record on Tristana. He's played it 3 times, and he went 22, 0, and 19 combined. He has not died on Tristana in the Challenger Series this season.
41 KDA, or undefined, depending how you do the math on that. Trish is going to feel pretty good for them, but up against their toughest competition of the year. They won Game 1, but Renegades can certainly fire back. These teams did that last time they met, where Coast won Game 1, Renegades won Game 2 very convincingly, and then it went back and forth from there. And here on the big stage, it seems like no one's suffering from nerves too much. Everyone playing quite well today. But as the coaches shake hands, we're going to get ourselves into Game 2 of this series. Now, you guys at home, keep involved. Send those tweets flying. Hashtag RNG win, hashtag CST win. Send them to @LOL Esports. We'll check that vote in a few minutes as we get ourselves into this one. But a new look team competition for Renegades. Coast still playing a bunch of things they like to play. Chris gets his Gnar again, and that could be very good. Very good.
So many jungle bans this game, forcing them onto Lee Sin for Crumbs and Gragas for Shrimp. A new look for both these junglers throughout their Challenger Series careers here.
Here we go, guys. Game 2 coming up. They're on the screen. Renegades to filter out of the platform. They'll look for something to do in level 1.
Like we were saying, Mash, this 41 KDA on Tristana, he hasn't died yet. See what he can do for this squad on this champion.
Yeah, Mash has been absolutely strong. And of course, every player competing tonight is of course extremely skilled, but according to Mash himself, he says former pros, Crumbs and Alex have a quality that cannot be underestimated.
For Alex Ich, he's like a very stable player. He was like a legend in Season 2 and 3. Right now, he's not as good as he used to be, but he's still very good. His like style mid is like very pokey. He'll always be that carry when you need him, mid to late game. And both Crumbs and Alex Ich offer like very good experience and know how to end games, and they know what to do.
Hey, that's going to be great against Coast, who doesn't seem to know how to end games very well.
As long as they're up 10,000, it's fine though, and we'll see if that happens again here.
You don't need to know how to end a game if you're up 10,000 gold.
Well, I've seen games lost that way.
The minions will do it for you eventually.
Minions don't apply to gold. We're not playing black market brawlers here. Now, Alex Ich did play Zed in Game 1. Did not look very good for him. He is back on the more will secure you in team fights, play a longer range champion. He is back on that style here on the Azir.
Yeah, it's what was expected by Coast. They weren't expecting the Zed. It was that curveball that they were trying out in Game 1 on Renegade's side.
I mean, the thing is, Renegades have played that comp like multiple times, though. Again, we've seen him play Aurelia and Yasuo in the mid lane during this split. You're right, he typically goes for the poke in the standard mage, but like, he's always had that varied champion pool.
Yeah, but speaking of varied champion pool, he played Orianna 3 times, all 3 games of playoffs for him.
That's true.
He likes to go back to that comfort. I'm surprised we haven't seen the Orianna for him in this set.
I think it's just Renegades having different comps prepared. When certain champs are banned, certain champs are picked. Okay, we can go for this comp, we can go for that comp. Right now, they're playing a more generalist team fighty one, and people playing a lot of comfort all over the place. Coast double jungling just as Renegades are. We have, once again, the same kind of scenario where the blue side sends to the bottom lane, the red side swaps to the top.
Oh, Conquan.
He will not stop anything here. Crumbs manages to finish the camp. And it looks like he will not be stopped at Wolves. An early recall did come through, though, as Kennen has already bought new potions heading across the map. Oh, he's trying to... Oh, he's going for Dragon. He wanted to buy before Dragon, it looks like. Peekamoof getting pushed around by Alex. They're trading fairly close. Peekan has 3 CS waiting for him.
It's Dragon, continue jungle, or that bottom turret. It looks like it's probably going to be a combination of 2 of those. Continuing to jungle with Crumbs seems to be on RF's list of things to do. Don't go to the lane, don't pick up the experience, save your TP to possibly get up there.
Myrmilia put an early trinket ward down over Coast's Gromp to see if anyone is around that side. Red buff goes down. RF will still play the tank for this duo. As Crumbs getting a lot of early gold on the Lee Sin, still trading some of the farm. Now Coast have arrived at the top lane. They've got Chris in tow, so the same level 1. This time, though, it's all collapsing right on the cannon wave. And Chris will be here to deal some damage. Of course, Tristana great at knocking these things down.
It's matched this time.
Yep.
For Renegades. The only thing that's really different is Shrimp gets to hang around the mid lane a bit. Look for his level 3 off the Raptors, see what he does after that.
That's just the various routes, though.
And what Crumbs ends up going for as well. He needs his level 3, so he'll look for the Gromp. Most likely.
Well, Coast have set up this top lane. Mash and Conquan can leave. They can give solo gold to Chris.
Seems to be the thing to do now.
Yep.
Top laners, talk about it for a while now. Once they get TP priority, you get so much pressure, and when you get a lane freeze like this and solo gold.
That's interesting, though. Chris is actually not... this will be actually a heavy freeze now with these minions taking so much damage. R's going to have a massive freeze in front of him. It'll make it even kind of more difficult to break. I'm surprised that we don't see more top laners recall off the turret kill. Actually, no, Chris is going to shove it back in. Chris actually loses the freeze here. This could actually pay out very poorly in the future. He's got a hard shove. That just means that there's now 2 potential freezes for Renegades that have to be broken by Coast. This could pan out very badly.
Chris is going to shove this all the way to the turret. Shrimp already has the smite on the side, so he's protected. He can actually shove this to the turret, get all the CS. He could possibly bounce it. But you see RF is bottom, and they're also sending both Maple and Remilia back down bottom again. It's just going to be 4 people bot lane.
Okay, very interesting. So, yeah, Chris is getting free time. Of course, he has to teleport when he wants it. A lot of people bottom side, actually 4, as you say, down here for Renegades. Chris didn't stay top. He bought Piece of a Hex Drinker. He knows he's against a scary AP matchup.
Use this wave to your advantage. Actually push it into the turret. RF actually ends up down in CS. Everything all said and done.
Yeah, he can walk up there. He should be able to collect a lot of that farm, though I think it'll end up being okay for him. It's like a double or triple wave going in towards his turret that he should reach, being Kennen. Shrimp was not spotted on the way down. And Coast actually very convincingly able to just push down on that and feel fine.
Going over the wall, looking for a sneaky gank route here. Will he see Crumbs? He is going to see Crumbs. They left the bush.
Well, I don't know if Lee Sin wins this matchup, though. It feels like Gragas is so scary this early on. And wow, Chris is there. Lantern is, barely. One hit away. The hook lands. This is bad for Chris. He's going to get knocked into the turret. Has to flash away. Well played, Dramilia. Scary for Crumbs, but now bot lane's under pressure. Maple Street is low and alone.
This is why Remilia's Thresh is usually banned. Really well played, really well-rounded Thresh player here. Not only knows how to use the Lantern appropriately, but also how to hook through the wall like that, make it come up big. Put him right in turret range too, got the flash for it. Salvage the play, I like it.
Well, Crumbs being low doesn't seem to matter. He was able to recall and buy plenty of items, and lo and behold, RF got that big giant minion wave that was heading towards his side of the map. You can watch that fight one more time.
Body slam puts Crumbs on the other side. Flashes forward to give Crumbs extra distance on the Lantern. If that hadn't have happened, he would have gotten autoed as he was crossing the wall.
Yep. Really, really solid.
That's just how good that was. That was nice.
Still multiple flashes down that can maybe be abused until Maple Street is level 6. Thresh can be hit. And really can't get away easily. Chris heading back to the top lane. This time around, though, a much harder matchup. This Kennen's got some items. He's got the makings of the early Zonia's Hourglass. You can see the cloth armor in inventory. Should be an interesting one to watch for.
Chris gets the long lane, and then the 2v2 bot lane is in their long lane. So Coast actually has a little bit more turret pressure here. They have more opportunities. Crumbs is spotted out on wards, and Shrimp, he's in fog still, but here he is.
Okay, they don't have to take aggro. Their Renegades can just walk away. Crumbs jumps to a minion. That's fine, I guess. Picking him up in a trade. There's a knockback in. Alex really wants this one.
There's Ghost.
Yeah, he pops the Ghost, trades for the ulti, and has flash charges to sustain back up. Picking him up should be okay. Bot lane still firing back and forth. Mash gonna lose a lot of health, has to rocket jump out. And they're still going for this one. He's rest on Maple Street. This is going to be the kill if he wants it. Flashes forward. The red, how much is it going to be? He's 1 hit away. No, Mash goes down after all. And now Conquan's in a bad spot. Flays should be up in 3 seconds. Flash the hook. Well played on all sides. First blood Renegades.
If you play the 2v2 skirmish incorrectly and you're in the long lane, that's exactly what happens. That is Mash's first Tristana death of the season.
Across 4 games now. All right, well, feeling a lot better in this early game. Renegades playing the level 1 and the lane swap in the lanes themselves much, much better here. RF will have a sizable lead over Chris. He's +7 with minions still to kill. And the 2-on-2 going nicely. By the way, that is a 30... Oh, sorry, I thought it was a 39. It's a 6 minion lead in the bot lane. It's much, much smaller than I thought it was going to be. But it's about 1,000 gold all said and done. Good start here for Renegades. Deacon Wolf will get this blue pretty cleanly. Just wants to scale up, of course. Kog'Maw has a pretty long growth. You have to wait till about level 11 when everything comes online here, so room to grow.
Waiting for Amelia to take that extra step out of the bush. She's going to go for it, though. Blue buff over to Pekin Wolf, so we can definitely keep that poke pattern up and get himself to that level 11 safely. Looking for pressure on bot. There's no ward
Amelia
here,
doesn't spot this and still has no flash, but Maple Street is level 6. They go for Maple Street. He does not have summoners. 400 health on him. They don't complete the dive. I'm a bit surprised at that.
Yeah,
but they decided it was too risky.
Maple's the much easier person to get on. No summoners. He can get lanterned out, but if you play it correctly, you can stop the lantern. And it's a thresh. He'll just get Faith's Call.
Right, yeah. I mean, you pretty much cannot go for the support of a Kalista player. You cannot burn hard CC on that champion. It will not be effective. So smart choices here. But keep in mind, Maple has plenty of life still here. BF Sword, Vamp Scepter, just not going to take a lot of meaningful damage. Mash double longsword is weird.
Looks like a blade. Oh,
that's strange. Here comes the attempt. Teleports up on both sides. There's the ward TP. There's the turret TP. It's going to be a 4 versus 3. How good's it going to be? He rocket jumps out away for RF. The counter gang's solid. They ult in Mash. This is going to be a pretty painful situation. Cannot kill off Maple Street. A second kill comes in for the 80 carry of Renegades. And these guys are not done. Remilia's going to go for the hook. He lands it onto Chris. That's not a good thing. Thrash getting a lot done for this team. There's the kill. RF picks it up. 3-0 Renegades.
And Renegades even had mid lane priority. Alex Each coming down from the mid, backed up, made sure that Pekin Wolf could not get in there. Is he gonna kill him?
He has ulti. Alex will go for this one.
He's gonna kill it!
Goes to the play, has to flash to stay alive. I don't know. Pekin Wolf losing his flash now, really losing summoners quickly. Renegade's gonna get the dragon as well. Very nicely done. The bot lane fight's not working out for Coast. And Renegades sizably ahead.
Super forced play there from Coast, and Renegades with the proper counter. Last time, RF failed to TP into a crucial fight in the mid lane. This time, TP's right at the same time as Chris. They prepped that fight. They saw Shrimp a little earlier, and they were able to just make sure everybody's on the same page and execute appropriately. I loved how RF was able to keep 3 people out of that fight with his ultimate.
Beautiful stuff here. All right, Renegades. They typically do well once they've got the lead. Their shot calling is quite solid, and 2,500 gold 11 minutes in is a nice one to have. We'll see how much farther they can go with this one. Bloodthirster done on Maple Street before 12 minutes. He is so far ahead on this Kalista.
What's actually a funny stat that you wouldn't assume is Mash averages down CS at 10, but he averages up in gold because he's usually killing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, he averages about 3 CS down. Maple Street averages about 15 CS up at 10.
Wow.
In his 10 games that he's played. So Maple Street actually has a lot of lane dominance, and they give him free farm in lanes very often. The only person higher than Maple Street is Jeebus, who averages 30. He's only played 4 games, though.
Yeah, small
so
sample size for him.
both Renegades AD carries are number 1 and 2 at CS differential at 10.
Who do you give credit for that one to? Probably Remilia.
I give credit to Remilia on that one.
Yeah. Super solid player.
Her pressure with Thresh is just insane. She'll keep you safe. She'll allow you to win most trades. And her hooks are just on point.
Well, big damage from the Crumbs, though. He's going to take a turret shot. He's all 1 hit away from dying. Won't go down, but Alex Itch, can he pick this up? He needs the Q. He is going to land it and gets the kill. Well ganked by Crumbs. Barely lives. Renegades 4-0. They've only given up 1 turret. That's it, and that's from a lane swap.
Shrimp also messed up the flash body slam. He was panicked there.
Unfortunate here for Coast. They're just getting farther behind, though. 3,000 gold. Gonna feel solid here for Renegades. They get a good statement here in game 2.
Yeah, looking to turn the tables. Crumbs is Lee Sin over the wall. Good play, good pressure, and this is what we were looking for in game 1. The Alex Crumbs synergy. When you have a Nunu, you really don't have that skirmish power, but right there, they knew that the flash was down. They knew we only had Ghost available.
Sightstone Warrior Lee Sin feeling solid. Shrimp trying to slink around the top side. Goes through a pink ward, has a defensive one as well. Will not spot Crumbs just yet, though. Now Crumbs is seen, looks for Chris. I don't believe they know Shrimp is here. Chris wants to bait this one in, but if they can even win it. Looks like no chance.
Nope, Alex Each had already fainted off to the side there. Alex Each just has priority in this mid lane. He can roam way earlier than Pekin Wolf. That's one of the drawbacks of picking Kog'Maw as well. He's not a good roaming champion, and you almost never get to roam first.
Yep. I mean, that's the thing is I don't think you really should be playing all that aggressively in your lanes with a AP Kog'Maw on your team because you know you're going to eventually get outnumbered in the battles. And Coast have tried to force enough fights that they got punished. Shrimp still winning the wings. He will find Dramilia. She turns right around, but careful. Let's say 3-on-2. Coast have to run, but this kick's going to be big. They get them all, actually. Now, where's the Gnar ulti? Chris takes so much damage, can't even press the button in time. And Shrimp's the second kill here. Well ganked by Renegades. Good roam by the Thresh.
Yeah. You're like, he's going to find Dramilia. I think Dramilia found him.
Yep.
And it was like, why is he in this brush? Crumbs had already gone all the way around for the kickback. Well played there, well prepped from Renegades. They are starting to take over this game. 4,000 gold lead, 14 minutes. It's pretty reminiscent of last game.
Yeah, but it's the other team winning it here. This is looking so good for the squad. We can watch that again.
Oh, there's a ward. Oh, wait a second. But here comes Crumbs around. Crumbs was just looking for the kickback onto Chris, and the fact that Shrimp was there actually ended up being just a bonus.
He never ults. Chris never pops the Mega Gnar. Not that it would have saved them, but it was just weird to never have pressed the button.
Maybe next time.
Maybe they're gonna need spells from the top lane if they want to win team fights here. And as it stands, it'll require a lot from Coast to get back into this game. But with AP Kog'Maw, anything is possible.
Yeah, they're gonna have to wait on that AP Kog'Maw though. Tier looking like a Luton Zeko, which I would assume. Possibly Rylai's. You know, those builds have
with the Ruby Crystal, it's Rylai's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't see the Ruby Crystal. Yeah, it's Rylai's. So I like that. I like the slow. I think it's really effective right now. You get to land a lot of your living artilleries. But a big item that came through was RF's Zhonya's.
Yeah.
This was an item that he was barely able to purchase on Lulu. And now having a CS advantage of 20 over Chris and this team fighting ability, that TP on him, and the fact that this is a lane that he's able to freeze towards him, just gives him a lot of pressure all across the map. You have to be conscious of this cannon coming into this next dragon in 50 seconds.
What? Once again, the hook lands into a lot of damage. Shrimp at half already. Jeez. Table Street so far ahead. Just
gonna take it.
Oh, wow. Crumbs does take it, but Body Slam stops the damage. No kick for him. Not going to go for this one. The crowd yells, do it every time.
Shia LaBeouf here?
The weird thing is, it's Renegades fans yelling it when it's the wrong choice. It's like they're trying to betray their own team. Crumbs, throw the game! Yeah! Good job, buddy!
They just want epic plays.
I know. That wouldn't be a big play. That would be a big blunder.
I mean, he had a kick. Maybe he could have done it. He's got Warrior Enchant. It's a lot of damage.
Great.
Boom.
Don't let your memes be memes, guys. Early wave clear here. Now the thing is, against AP Cog, and this is not a team with Braum. If they had Braum, sieging would be much easier for Renegades, but Cog can pretty cleanly wave clear under turret. We've seen multiple games of teams trying to siege and being unable to by not respecting the enemy team composition. And Renegades need to stall, or sorry, Coast need to stall this game out by quite a bit. Renegades, though, on cooldown. Dragon number 2 is theirs. Clean, clear, under control. That's picked up.
Whichever team is picking the Kog'Maw is putting themselves in a hole in this series because you're waiting around the power spikes of this Kog'Maw, and the other team is good enough that they're going to be able to take advantage of that for a bit.
I would say they were behind for different reasons. Coast forcing fights, Renegades screwing up their lane swap.
Yes. But I feel like everybody's falling back on the Kog'Maw pattern. Like, oh, we can't do anything, just wait for the Kog'Maw to come online once they start getting behind.
Yeah,
and
but they're not respecting
it's
it.
just too long.
Oh, that one you could go for.
Do it!
Pansy! Crumbs does not go for the kick. Mid lane Adder still goes down, and Crumbs actually taking a lot of pain. Doesn't grab the lantern, doesn't take the shield from it either. All right. Well, Crumbs gets away with his life. 5,000 gold for Renegades here. 2 turrets, 2 dragons, 6 kills. 1 dream. Join the LCS. Now, Shrimp is still farming quite well.
He always does. He always does.
Despite the 2 kills and assists, actually the gold has come back much more close to equal because Crumb's been part of so many kills and turret takes. But farm-wise, Shrimp was still doing that. But the rest of his team falling far behind. Minus 22 in the mid lane, minus 35 in the top, minus 25 in the AD carry spot.
Yeah, speaking of the AD carry spot, those 2 longswords that Mash got early on are just still 2 longswords in his inventory.
Yeah.
Hasn't changed him into anything. Hasn't got a Vamp Scepter. Bilgewater Cutlass.
Yeah, I think you're better off actually buying like an Avarice Blade. Like it's 720 for two longswords, but like going towards the Static Shiv or the Phantom Dancer instead of going towards the Bloodthirster, I think is the better way to go about it. Your second item comes online sooner. Oh, some good poke though. Now Alex H, of course, can take damage from this Kog'Maw.
Sky Heal.
If Pekin was allowed to get a blue buff again.
Oh, looking for the skirmish in the mid lane.
Crumbs is spotted on the way out. Spots Crumbs as well. Good Q. Police Syndrome strong with the crowd here tonight.
That's why they aren't challenger.
How do you know?
I know, I actually saw a lot of enemy here.
Maybe they will. Wait.
They aren't.
It could
They're
be
LCS.
these guys.
They're LCS.
But to be fair, one of these teams are most likely playing enemy.
True. Oh, maybe they're just telling Crumbs to do it so when
They're trying to teach him bad habits. They'd rather play Coast than Renegades. That makes so much sense now. Or vice versa.
Renegades and Coast. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. All right, all right.
Challenge with an audience is great.
This is why we don't get one.
Right. Well, I feel like we get off topic enough by ourselves. I don't know if we need the encouragement. You're right here. Blue buff going over to Alex Ich. Level 13 on him. Going to feel solid. Is going for the Luden's Echo second.
I like the distortion boots onto RF early. So he can have the flash, he can have the TP on a lower cooldown. This is what he's waiting for, is TP plays across the map to use his Zhonya's in. This is the Kennen dream.
What are you waiting for? Let your Kennen dreams flourish.
Oh my god.
Or something.
Or something. You know what? I'll go with option B or something.
Okay.
So
well, Ward's
like
coming out, though. Man, Renegade's really turning the screws now. They're setting up for top lane. They've got the AD carry over there, though deep Ward's coming out from both Vermilia and Crumbs. Good luck stopping them.
Well, they're not stalking them either. You can see
they're running away.
Trying to take stock of the game.
Coaster
and down
pushing
bottom,
the bot side instead.
They're trying to change it up, trying to trade some turrets
They know they
here.
can't defend, so the best they can do is trade. I think it's the right choice. Team Imagine does that actually quite well when they're behind. They've done a great job of winning games from deficits. And bot lane outer will go down, but top lane tier 2 taking so much damage here. This will not be stopped. Renegade's gonna go 2 turrets for 1. That would have been 2 for 0, though, I think otherwise. And there's the kick. Oh, good flash by Pekinwolf to get himself safe. Oh, and Shrimp shows, but he doesn't get the ulti quite right.
TP, they're trying to get Pekin.
They got him for sure. Now, will they get much more? Chris teleports in. I'm not sure he wanted to. He flashes right out. A good Braum ulti to buy some time, but will they get much more? Shrimp still losing a lot of health. There's the Q.
That one you do. That one you do.
I don't know, man. You could have gotten body slammed on that one.
You can see teammate in the building as well. Not just enemy, but look at this.
That's why you don't do it. The first death of the game for Renegades. Vermilia fell victim to the audience. That biased audience.
Oh, man. So teammate is also here. That little pip.
Yeah, I saw Golden Glue.
Saw Golden Glue and Callie.
The glorious
scouting the opponents or cheering them on.
Sure. I mean, to be fair, though, I don't think teammate will play either of these teams. They're likely to pick third place finisher Imagine, so it's just entertainment at this point.
All right, so he does it, but he gets the flash
really
on.
Flash.
Off to the side. TPs come through after this. Crumbs gets burst out, has to blow his own flash. But Maple's already approaching from the side. The flank from an AD carry and then the TP from RF, really well placed. They got that ward underneath the turret for RF's teleport. At this point, though,
because you could body slam the Q, he wouldn't take damage from Lee Sin.
Shrimp's been doing it all game long. Vermilia throws the hook. Whee! They slow-mode that so much.
That was great. Well, first kill of the game, and it goes to Chris, so that's a good guy to have money on. He's stacking the MR. He will not resist Callista at all, but RF and Alex Ich, maybe he will survive in these fights. It'll still be difficult to make the good plays. Blue Trinket removes the Raptor buff. That's actually pretty great. I like that.
Everybody talks about how it feels so bad to see a pink ward with your Raptor buff, but it's so bad. It's much worse to see the Blue Trinket ward, because it's already visible. It only lasts a minute. And you saw where it came down.
It is the most useless warning shot. All right, Coast looking for a death brush here. Shrimp and Conquan hiding in the side. Mash is the bait dangled out. We'll see how many of Renegades are fishermen here. And really good Blue Trinket use. Maple Street keeps them all safe. Interesting, we see double Blue Trinket from Coast. They're really, they're so far behind. They've lost so much vision. They need, I think it's actually smart to go double Blue Trinket.
Yeah, I like it on Kog'Maw especially. I think it's fine.
I think it's like Cog can check brush anyway. I've seen AD carry Cogs not go Blue Trinket because they don't need it.
It's a little bit. It's a lot farther than that.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting, though, because we've seen, like, different
Rotating to the bot tier 2. They're going to get every tier 2 turret here.
Yep, mid lane falls on its own. There's bot lane tier 2. Alex goes in. Knocks him only to the side, though. Not a lot gained for that ulti, but it's a low cooldown. He'll be fine.
But he did it.
Yeah. The important thing is he did it, guys.
That's
all right?
what matters.
Alex Sitch is a man for the fans.
The setup now. Lost a lot of control here for Coast's side. They don't have anything past the river in terms of wards. They just have one in the Baron pit. And now they're going to use this time, as we see Renegades backing up, establish control, get a turret with your Tristana,
Yep.
make sure that you can at least control some aspect of the map, and at least know what's going on.
Yeah. And for how far behind Coast is, at least getting that 3 turrets to 6 is about the best you can hope for, and honestly not too bad by them to find some comeback plays, but Renegades just have done such a good job of turning the advantages. Their turret dives have been largely incredibly clean and making the sieges continue to happen. They're already on 3 dragons, so they're going to be about 36 minutes on Dragon 5. That's plenty early enough for them. Renegades have a clear winning condition available.
Peek and Wolf has the Haunting guys looking for the Leandri's Torment. We see Alex with the Ludens and the Nashers completed. A lot of consistent, persistent DPS here from Maple Street and Alex Each.
There we go.
Yeah, they're just gonna be able to set up a Baron.
Oh yeah.
Bait the team into them. But as a poke team, Coast, they want to be the ones that are slightly ahead that bait you into the objectives.
Well, that's the interesting thing is playing, I guess, offense against an objective, which is weird because like they're the ones doing it. But playing poke against objectives, you can get the damage down, and like Renegades can be distracted if they take too much damage. They only have one real tank, and it's Warrior Lee Sin, who's not even that tanky. Baron does real damage, as does Kog'Maw here. There's actually some threat in playing around, not as much Dragon, but Baron.
Yeah, I do like the idea of going for the Baron right here. RF, he always has the flank opportunity. There's no vision here. They lost control of this. Maple Street's not even doing damage to it. They don't even have, they all went over past the scuttle.
So well played. He shows now,
Surprise,
but
they're doing it.
Perfectly played by Renegades. Beautiful Baron. That's there as cleanly as possible.
That was nice.
Super good.
That was coordination to dodge the scuttle crab. Give them a false sense of security. They would never go over the wall.
They lantern the Kennen because he can't jump the wall. Of course, Thresh, Lee Sin, and Azir all can. Absolutely well played. Renegades now ridiculously far ahead. 9,000 gold at 26 minutes is huge.
And even if anything went wrong, you can see the ward coverage from Renegades in that top side. RF was ready to TP in with his ultimate, no problem.
All right, all is good.
And there's also something else about the distortion boots. Is after you TP with distortion boots, you get 30% movement speed for 3 seconds. It's something not a lot of people actually think about, but it helps Kennen immensely. Because it's not like Home Guard where you get hit, it's removed. This Kennen gets to rush at your team with the TP much faster.
Yeah, it's going to require a Kog'Maw E to land right in the correct spot to really stop that one. See what else they can gain. Mid lane under fire here. The defensive poke not really pushing Renegades around. Maple Street takes a couple Kog'Maw ults, doesn't care, has a Bloodthirster and a Ruin King.
Help that guy!
There was no big play.
He's going crazy because nobody's doing it.
Mid lane down to half though. Crumbs lands a Q! Puts a ward down. Solid play. Lands a Q! He's out of range. He actually can't. He actually can't, okay? Crumbs actually couldn't follow that Q. Can't walk backwards. That's not his fault.
Could have flashed forward.
Don't encourage them!
Going for the top turret. They already got the middle inhib, and they have Baron buff. It's
Chris,
so hard to get rid of the
Meganar.
siege.
This one Crumbs could have gone for. Doesn't go. Doesn't go. Top lane very low. Mid lane re-pressure. They're going for the Nexus turrets right now. Baron buff on. RF pulling Chris away. They go back now to the bottom turret. Very, very solid sieging by Renegades, but there's the push in. They find Crumbs, but he's a tank. He's not the best target. Stun lands. They've got to respect the damage from Azir and Callista. The turret's almost down. Conquan's losing a lot of health. He's got to be careful. 2 inhibitors already gone. Renegades not losing any time here. 28 minutes. Almost 29. 2 inhibs already gone. RF set up top lane. They can go for more here. They're going to. Crumbs jumps in. 3 inhibs going to go down before 30 minutes. Renegades crushing this one.
They don't even need that many dragons. They have 3. But
Oh,
look at that. Oh,
against the wall. Alex doesn't go far enough. There's the Mega Gnar from Chris. They find Ermilia, and no ulti from Maple Street doesn't save his teammate. Scumbag Maple Street. And Coast limp away with part of the base intact.
This will be 4th dragon coming up here for Renegades if they want to get it, but they're taking parts of the jungle now on their way out.
5v4 is a small risk.
Only 30 minutes in, and it's a 10k gold advantage. 3 dragons to 0. All 3 inhibitors down. That is the big part here, is Renegades have absolute pressure. Coast, they cannot leave their base anymore.
That's true. Not much to do then for the Coast squad except sit and acquire farm. The gold will get closer because of the minions that are only dying for one side or only getting farmed by one side. But Dragon 4, probably not Baron for a while, but just the fact that Renegades have complete control, and with the minions, they can probably close this game out with one last push. Dragon 4 is security in case the push fails. That's the right choice. Take time, let the rest of your team recall and buy up. And this should now be what looks like the game-winning push for Renegades. This is the highest odds play. Ride the minion waves in, and look for the dedicated siege.
2 minions each wave. Stack up.
Even a Spectre's Cowl and Alex Sitch, these guys are really well itemized against the Kog'Maw poke. Alex won't get bursted. Maple Street has double lifesteal.
I love the Azir takeaway for Wolf. It makes him a Kog'Maw poke bot, and they're able to exploit that. And I like the earlier pick of the Lee Sin. Make sure you have something that's good at skirmishing.
Buffed up Baron. Buffed up, sorry, with Banner of Command. Bottom lane. Nexus turret goes down. 7-2. This could be the push right here to tie up the series. Looking for the last turret right now. Number 11. Renegade's going to get that one. This is the last chance for Coast, and it's not going to happen. Renegades knock the structures down. RF buys some time. They knock in Peekaboo. If he goes down, that's the game. 8-2. A well-controlled game. Renegades fire back.
Pretty much the exact opposite of what happened last game. Early advantage, got themselves good skirmish champions, and then they abused the mid lane. They abused the side lanes. RF had a CS advantage off the lane swap, and they played it correctly this time.
Yep.
See the adaptation of the best of 5. Now we're moving forward, tied 1-1.
And I gotta say, Coast over-aggressive this one around. Yes, it was Chris who screwed up his lane freeze on the top side, gave RF a huge advantage, and then it was Coast looking for a heavy dive in the bot lane that did not pan out properly for them. And there were a couple of close kills, to be fair. There was the very near kill on Crumbs, the bot lane dive, of course, that got them outplayed and got them far behind. But to talk about the dissimilarities in this game, though, Renegades did such a better job of playing with the advantage. They never let up. They had immaculate objective control here. The only turrets they lost were trades because they took a more important objective anyway.
Yeah, they closed the game out in 31 minutes.
Yep.
With Alex doing pretty much twice as much damage as anybody else in the game. Wolf is fairly close. He's about 12,000, so he's 7,000, 8,000 actually behind.
Yeah, I mean, 60. That's AP Cog. That champion typically tops damage charts, and he's down to about 60% of Alex's input there.
I really like the Azir takeaway.
Yeah.
I also like banning Shrimp really hard. Just ban his champion pool out. Make sure he doesn't get to play anything he's really good at creating pressure on.
Yeah.
And that was his first Gragas we've seen, and I was not impressed by it. I liked the body slam plays, but I was not impressed by how he was entering team fights and playing them out.
Didn't seem to play for his style, though he's still a good player. Of course, we'll see if that changes in picks and bans in Game 3. But for now, got to throw it down to the men on the analyst desk to